Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of December, 2025, and I am blessed and grateful because I received the precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call this morning, and I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida. And you're equally blessed as me because you woke up with God's wake-up call and you received that precious gift of tomorrow, and you got to see another day here on earth. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed or promised to anybody. And it's most definitely a precious gift to receive. So I, for one, am going to make the most of it and do what I want today that makes me happy. I am very grateful for all that I have. I've got a dry place to sleep at night. I've got plenty of food to eat. I've got a fantastic job that I love to do that doesn't feel like work, and it affords me, keeps my car running. It gives me money to keep my car running, gas in my car, maintenance, insurance. It pays my rent, and I'm able to set some money aside every week. So I know I am very fortunate and blessed because not everybody has that in this life. So I am very grateful for all that I have, and I owe that entirely to God's good grace and God's love. God is good, God is great, always and always. Amen. I checked with weatheratlas.com this morning, and the time right now is 4:26 a.m., and according to that website, the sun will rise today at 7:13. So that means we've got 2 hours and 47 minutes until the sun comes up here in Tampa, Florida. And the sun will set tonight at 5:38 p.m. So we've got 10 hours and 25 minutes of daylight here in Tampa. I'm currently sitting up at one of the pumps at the Circle K, and I've been inside and I got my free cup of ice. I think I left enough room in there for my can. This morning, I went with the peach flavor of the Monster Rehab, Revive, Refresh, Recover. I've got just enough cans in the camper in my room to get me through December 31st, through the rest of this year. So I'm still well stocked up on that. This can has the date of I-2518, and I is the 9th letter of the alphabet. So in 3 days, this can will be 3 months old. So it's just shy of 3 months old. It's almost just 3 days shy of 3 months old. So it's a very fresh can of this Monster Rehab peach. See if it all goes in there. Oh yeah, it will. I don't think I have any straws left. I had some restaurants not give me straws for some of my customers, and I had to go through my supply of straws to make sure my customers were taken care of. Oh, that's good. And I've been inside, of course, to get that ice, and I checked with the clerk. And to see, sometimes I found out that sometimes they print off the winning numbers from the previous drawing. She hadn't done that, but I did inquire about the Powerball jackpot. Their screen up here, I said, your screen up here is blank. And I assume that means that no one's hit it. Sometimes it can mean that, and sometimes it doesn't. She says, no one hit the Powerball last night. And I did check those. I did check the Powerball results for Monday, the 15th, and no one hit the Powerball. And it's now up to 1.25 billion for tomorrow's drawing, the 17th of December. And the numbers that came in was 23, 35, 59, 63, 68, and the Powerball of 2. And I didn't hit a single number on there. So I managed to get all my other tickets checked. And they printed on them that they were not winners in case I wanted to save any of them to remember what I had played. But I held back. I always hold back a Powerball ticket until I buy a new one. And I have the old, I have my old ticket of my Mega. I have my old Mega Million ticket. In case that jackpot ever gets up high again, I want to play the same numbers, which aren't the same as my Powerball numbers. The Mega number I play is 1, 10, 12, 33, 67, and the Mega Ball 24. But it's, according to their readout, their digital readout up here, it's just at 80 million. So I'm not gonna buy that for a while until it gets up to like 500 or 600 million. I don't play the Mega. I play the Powerball all the time, regardless of how much it is. But I wait on the Mega Ball, wait on the Mega Millions until it gets really big. I also went on to weatheratlas.com to check out what it had to say about the weather. And it said on Tuesday, December 16th, a crisp, sunny atmosphere is likely. The high is expected to reach 75 degrees Tuesday and a low of 55 going into Wednesday morning. These are typical temperatures for December in Tampa. And then I didn't get back to the camper in time to catch any of Paul Delegato's weather forecast or any of the news. I got a late start yesterday. I didn't start delivering until just after 9 a.m. I had to visit the post office that doesn't open until 8:30. I had 2 packages to mail back to family in Ohio. And then before that, I went to the laundromat to drop off my laundry, which I still need to. The lady called me yesterday afternoon to let me know my clothes were ready to be picked up, and I never got back to the laundromat. I was tired. I could have done it. They're open until 11, and I considered stopping by there, but I was too worn out to drive out of my way. I just wanted to go back to the camper and lay down. But this morning would be my best plan of action. This morning would be to get that out of the way, stop by there, and then get on with my delivery, so I don't run into the same scenario where I'm tired or it's out of my way. I need to get my clothes picked up this morning, first thing. I went on to Meta AI. I asked Meta AI what the weather I can expect in Tampa today, December the 16th, Tuesday. And Meta AI responded, Tampa's weather is looking lovely for Tuesday, December 16th. You can expect mostly sunny skies with highs in the mid-70s and lows in the mid-50s. The temperatures will range from 55 to 75 with winds blowing at 5 to 10 miles an hour from the northeast. There is a 10% chance of rain, so it should be a great day. And then I also went on to the 2 YouTube pages that I check out for the weather. 10 Tampa Bay had meteorologist Colleen Campbell on there. She said temperatures are balancing out after a cool Monday from the front that passed through Tampa Sunday night. The next front is expected Thursday, where we can expect a bit more rain from in the area compared to this last front that went through she was referring to. Around 20% chance of rain. Thursday and Friday, we can expect a likelihood of a little bit of rain. Tampa will have a high temperature of 72 degrees on Tuesday and a low of 50. Partly sunny skies. And then on Fox 13 Tampa Bay, which is the YouTube equivalent of the news and weather that I watch, that's their YouTube page. Fox 13 Tampa Bay said meteorologist Valerie Mills said Tampa Bay and Central Florida is seeing more mild conditions compared to Monday, a high of 74 and a low of 49. So that low temperature is off compared to what Meta AI said, but it's comparable to what 10 Tampa Bay said, the YouTube page. So I think that's going to be a reliable forecast. I can count on it, those temperatures to hit today. Partly sunny skies, Valerie said. No rain is expected Tuesday in Tampa Bay. And I also caught Amy Snyder on 93.3 FLZ. She said that we're going to be warming up Wednesday compared to what temperatures we're going to see today. And today, Tuesday, we're going to have partly sunny skies, a mild breeze, a high of 75 and a low of 56 overnight going into Wednesday, which is spot on with what weatheratlas.com said. Weatheratlas.com said 55 degrees, and it said 75. So she's pretty much saying exactly what weatheratlas.com said the highs and lows will be. And weatheratlas.com did not make a mention of what type of breeze we're going to have here in Tampa. It typically doesn't. It just mentions the high temperature, whether it's going to be sunny or not, overcast, and the low temperature. And of course, I go to weatheratlas.com for the sunrise time and the sundown time. My handwriting was quite good compared to how it could be. I had good handwriting yesterday. My penmanship was on point all day yesterday, even into the night. I had 20 deliveries. Some of these deliveries I wrote down as singles, but the app grouped them together. And then other times I thought that I had a double, but the app separated it. So I wrote down that I had 20 deliveries, but I probably had as much as 25 or 26 customers altogether, if I'm guessing. Number one was a single. The first trip was a single for John. John wanted Burger King on Macintosh. Before I forget, I wanted to mention my cancel score went up. I had accidentally accepted a couple Walmart orders. All I saw, the first one I thought was a Walgreens, and it's my fault for accepting any of these orders, but I ended up having to cancel some of my orders, and that brought my cancel score up from 2. Yesterday I was at 2% as of Saturdays. As of Sunday's business, I was 2%. I reported that Monday morning. Then this morning, I'm up to 5% as a result of Monday's business. So the first order was, they weren't able to fulfill the order. That's why I had to cancel it, and I didn't even bother writing it down. But the other 2 cancels were Walmart orders. So I need to be more careful and making sure I'm looking at the screen completely and making sure, because I mistook the first one for a Walgreens order, because I just looked at the first part and I clicked it because of the money. Then I realized my error. And then the second one, I don't know why I accepted it. I saw that it was a Walmart order and I still hit accept. So that was a screw up on my part too. But I'll get those cancels back down again today. I'll probably do another 25 or 26 customers, and at least 1 or 2 of those will drop off, I'm assuming. And I'll get back down to close to 2 again, I hope. I'll be happy if just one of them drops off. My Reddit scores and Google scores are all the same, except for my picture views. My picture views went up again. Over 35,000 more people viewed those 750 pictures I've uploaded on Google. I'm now at 3,039,798 picture views of all those. And my metrics on Uber Eats all improved or stayed the same. None of them got worse. My cancels, with exception of the cancels, I guess you could say that got worse. Still a diamond driver. I'm still at 100% customer satisfaction. My on-time score stayed the same at 87%. And my acceptance got worse from 83 to 77%, which I don't strive for a good acceptance score. The only thing that's driving my acceptance score is whether or not Uber Eats sends me favorable deliveries that I can accept that are going to earn me a profit. So I don't strive for better acceptance score, but I did accept less orders through the app yesterday. I accepted 6% less orders than I did from Sunday's business compared to Monday's business yesterday. And it looks like I had 4 people give me a review of my performance yesterday, because Deliver with Care went up to 567. I had 2 people say I delivered food to their door with great care. I had 2 people say I was friendly with my service. 2 people said I was quick and efficient. And then I had on my good communication score, that showed 4 people. I had 4 people give me a review there. So I had a total of 4 people. Most likely that one or two of those 4 didn't give me stars all across the board, because they only gave me stars on a couple other things. But every one of the 4, all 4 said I was a good communicator. And then with perfect handoff, again, only 2 responded that I delivered with a perfect handoff. So I'm happy. These numbers aren't necessarily great as in terms of like how many people responded to me and gave me a review, but I'm happy that I'm still leading I'm still improving the most in my good communicator score, and it's getting closer and closer to my quick and efficient score. It's now within 19 points, and it's gaining a lot of ground from my area of opportunity right now, which is delivering with a perfect handoff. So I'm now 14 stars above that metric. But on with these deliveries now. I nearly forgot to deliver on my metrics on Uber Eats and Reddit and Google. My second, I wrote these down separately, but the app grouped them together, which actually means actually makes that a quadruple. Now that I think of it, because I wrote down 2 as a double. It was Angel wanted Popeye's Chicken on Tampa Gateway, and Brandon wanted Campfire Cafe. But then it grouped it with the third trip, which was also a double. Lauren wanted Panera Bread on Brewery Downs, and Tammy wanted Ramella Market on 56. So those 4 people, Tammy, Lauren, Brandon, and Angel, all tipped me a combined amount of $11.16, and their fare was $10.13. So thank you, the 4 of you, for that generous tip of $11. I made $21.29 on that quadruple. And then trip number 4 was a single. Emma wanted Bread Basket Deli on 40th. Emma tipped me $2. And Emma's fare was $3.08, so I made $5.08 on that trip. Thank you, Emma, for the $2 tip. I appreciate that greatly. And then 5 was a double. No, I'm mistaken. That was a single. Daisy wanted Garden Gyro. I wrote it down as a double, but the app separated it into 2 trips. Daisy wanted Garden Gyros on Bush Boulevard. Her fare was $2, and she tipped me $3.08. So I made $5.08. Thank you, Daisy, for the $3 tip. So that means I need to add 1 to all the rest of these, because I didn't realize that. So I didn't realize the app separated those out. So McDonald's ends up being my 6th trip. McDonald's, I went to McDonald's on 56th for Mike. Mike tipped me $4.92, and his fare was $2, so I made $6.92 on that trip. Thank you, Mike, for the $4.92 tip. I appreciate that very much. And then trip number 7 was for Jesse. Jesse wanted Hungry Howie Pizza on Fowler. Jesse tipped me $4, and his fare was $2.70, so I made $6.70. Thank you, Jesse, for the $4 tip. I appreciate that. And then number 7 becomes number 8. Number 8 was Evan. Evan wanted Marco's Pizza. Evan tipped me $4, and his fare was $2, so I made $6 on Evan's order. Thank you very much for the $4 tip, Evan. And 8 is 9. Number 9 was for Brady. That was a single trip for Brady. Brady wanted McDonald's on 56th, and I had been there earlier for Mike. My 6th trip was for the McDonald's on 56th. So number 9 was for Brady. Brady wanted McDonald's on 56. His fare was $2.87, and he tipped me $5.68. Thank you, Brady, for the $5 tip. I made $8.55 on that one. And then number 9 becomes 10. That was a double. The first part of the double was for Mason. Mason wanted Starbucks on Martin Luther King, and Chris wanted crispy, crunchy chicken on Highway 301. They tipped me $4.83, and the fare was $4.07, so I made $8.90 on that double. Thank you, Chris and Mason, for the tip. That $4 tip, I appreciate you. And thank you, Brady, for the $5 tip. And then 10 is 11. Was a double, another double. Alex and Raymond. Raymond wanted Brocado's Sandwiches Shop on East Columbus, and Alex wanted Noventa Millas. That's a food truck on Palm River. They gave me a very generous tip, a good tip of $11.76. Thank you for that big tip. I appreciate that, Alex and Raymond. And their fare was $4.01, so I made $15.77. So far, my largest paying order was that quadruple, naturally, and it most likely will be, because I didn't do anything. I don't think I had any other deliveries in the 20s. So naturally, that would be my best paying run, that quadruple. And those are seldom do I ever do a quadruple. That's a very rare occasion, but it just worked out that way yesterday. And then after dropping off Alex's Noventa Millis at his house, I went on to my 12th trip. 11 becomes 12. That was I picked up PDQ chicken on Gronto Lake Road for Adrian. Adrian gave me a very generous tip for such a small order, $8.74. Thank you, Adrian, for that tip. That was very nice of you. And the fare was $2 on that, so I made $10.74. And then after Adrian, I went on my 13th delivery for James. James wanted Chili's Bar and Grill on Lithia Pinecrest. James tipped me $7.74, and his fare was $2, so I made $9.74 on that run. Thank you very much for the $9 tip, James. I appreciate you. And then this is trip number 14. Was a single for Jennifer. Jennifer wanted a chicken sandwich and fries from Chick-fil-A on Highway 301. Jennifer tipped me $4.23. Thank you, Jennifer, for the $4 tip. I appreciate that. And with her fare being $5.37, I made $9.60 on that delivery. And then trip number 15 was a double. The first part of it was for Asia. Asia wanted Panera Bread on Lithia Pinecrest, and Aaron wanted Little Greek on Lithia Pinecrest. Altogether, they tipped me $6.56, and their fare was $5, so I made $11.64.5 on that order. Thank you, Asia and Aaron, for that tip. That $6 tip, I appreciate that. And then trip number 16 was another double. I did a lot of doubles yesterday, back-to-back doubles. Trip number 16 was for Joe and Saul. Joe wanted Sonic on Balm River View, and Saul wanted Chai Yo Thai on Boyette. They tipped me $7.86, and their fare was $8.04, so I made $15.90 on that trip. Thank you, Saul and Joe, for the $7 tip. I appreciate that. And then number 17, 16 becomes 17. 17 was a double, another double. Thomas wanted crumble cookies on Causeway Boulevard, and Lindsay wanted New China on West Lumsden. They tipped me $10.29, and their fare was $9.12, so I made $19.41 on that delivery, on that double. Thank you, Lindsay and Thomas. And thank you, Saul and Joe, for your $7 tip. I appreciate all of you for those tips. And then trip number 18 was another double. Hannah wanted Tsunami Sushi on Badlands Drive, and Ashley wanted Chick-fil-A on Highway 301. They gave me a generous tip of $12.11. Thank you, Ashley and Hannah, for the $12 tip. That was very nice of you, very kind and generous. $3.50 was their fare, so I made $15.61 on that double. And then this was a single. Number 19 was a single. For Henry. Henry wanted token ramen, hibachi, and boba tea on Stelling Drive. Henry gave me a generous tip of $8. $8.12. Thank you for that $8 tip, Henry. And his fare was $4, so I made $12.12 on that run. And then my 20th delivery was another single for Barry. Barry wanted wing snob on Stelling. No, I'm mistaken. That was a double. I separated them out. I wrote out 19 and 20, which has become 20 and 21, but the app put them together. So Wing Snob and Wawa were doubles, and that was my 20th trip. So Barry wanted Wing Snob on Stelling, and then Maddie wanted Wawa on Highway 31. Their fare was $3.41, and Maddie and Barry gave me a very nice tip, $11.24. Thank you, Maddie and Barry. I appreciate that greatly. I made $14.65 on that double. In spite of my getting a late start yesterday, I did quite well on the app, and I'm on track for another good week in earnings. I'm starting the week off right with my earnings, and I don't foresee any issues hitting my goal again this week. So that after this week, after this pay period, I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be getting this check on. I'll be getting paid for this week on December 22nd. So, and we've already started that. So I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 more pay periods of savings towards my new car that I plan on buying the first week in February after that payday on the 2nd. And I'm looking forward to getting my new car. This car's lasted me as long as I expected it to, and as long as I hoped it to. I bought it in 2022, and in my mind, with what I spent on it, I said this car has to last me into 2026. Well, it has. It's just a few days left this year. I had hoped to not buy another car until the spring, because I bought this car in the spring of 2022. So that would have naturally made an even 4 years. But I'm happy that it's going to make it into 2026. I've driven it part of the year at least. So I've gotten my value out of the car, and it's met my expectations. So I'm satisfied with what use I got out of this car, and I'm looking forward to my next one. Well, I'm going to get off here and go in and get some coffee at the McDonald's. It's nearly time for that. I could go in now because all I'm having this morning is coffee, but I've gotten in the habit of going in there after 5 because of their breakfast. Whenever I happen to eat breakfast that morning, that's why I've gotten into that habit. So I always wait till after 5, but I suppose I could go in now. I want to wish you all well and hope you're having a great week like I am, wherever you're at. And I hope you're getting out and enjoying the weather wherever you're at, whatever that looks like to you. I want to also encourage you to seek out God and look to God with any problems you're having. Big or small, it doesn't matter. It don't have to be a catastrophe. It could be a small problem that you're having that you just can't seem to solve on your own. Whether it's nagging joints, arthritis, sleep problems. If you're having trouble sleeping at night and you just don't know what it is, something's bothering you, but you just don't know what it is, talk to God about it. Talk to God about how you're feeling. Even if you can't really fully describe what you're going through, talk to God about it. Talk to God about what you know about what you're experiencing. And just talk to God about your day and how your feeling is impacting your day. And it will help you. It's helped me immensely talking to God and asking God for advice and help. And also I thank God often. I ask God for to be honest, I ask God for more than I thank him. I ask God for things more than I thank him for all my blessings, but I do thank God for my blessings as well. So I want to encourage you to lean on God in your hard times. And if you're thankful for anything that you have in your life, talk to God about that too. He hears you. As long as you believe in him and trust in God, he will hear your prayers, and he'll hear your blessings too, That's about it. God bless you all, and I will talk to you soon. God is good. God is great. Always and always. Amen.